Good afternoon from Epcot Center. We are here today to continue our Adventures Around World Showcase. Last time we were at the China Pavilion, and we'll put a link to that up in the corner up here or in the description down below. So here we are where we left off the last video in front of the China Pavilion, and we're gonna head all the way around here. The next pavilion is kind of a ways away. It's over there. We have to pass through an area called the Outpost, which we're going to include in a future video that shows off different areas, sort of similar to the Outpost, where it's not an entire pavilion, but it is a significant part of World Showcase. Before we go any further, I wanted to point out this bridge. This is actually a drawbridge that they use to get the various items and barges out here for illumination. So there is a point during the day where this bridge raises up and this pathway is no longer traversable. Here's just a real quick overview of the Outpost, which is modeled after Africa. So this is the beginning of the Germany Pavilion, and it's kind of a little bit confusing right now because Food and Wine is going on. So there's a lot of kind of extra booths and things around here. So I'm not gonna point those out, but I will show off the things that are permanent. The first thing is this stage. And this is a show that we just missed. Like, I heard them playing as we walked up, but they hit the ladders, they play the kettles and the pots and stuff like that. And I think that this show changes throughout the year, throughout the seasons, but right now, that's what it is just three guys in lederhosen playing all kinds of interesting things. From that little pavilion over there, we turn past the Food and Wine Germany booth, and we are looking over in this direction towards a Snow White meet and greet. And Snow White meets over by this wishing well right here. Oh, that's the name of the band that plays on the stage over there, is Groovin' Alps. Another thing that I wanted to point out from the wishing well where Snow White meets is kind of across the way. There are a lot of tables and a lot of places to sit in this pavilion area. So here's kind of a look at all of the different seating arrangements and places where they have tables and chairs out in front of the Germany Pavilion. And then as we turn a little bit further, then we get into the main section of the Germany Pavilion. First place is the Caramel Cooch, which is handcrafted caramel treats from Werther's Original. But you can see them making caramel popcorn in there. She's just ripping open a giant bag of, oh no, she's boxing up or bagging up popcorn. And then over here is a little display of Werther's Original stuff. And now the only thing that you guys should know is that this door is not an entrance. You have to go around the corner here to get in. Here we are around the corner heading into the main entrance of the caramel store, where you can get all kinds of different caramel coated popcorn and caramels and all sorts of other Werther's Originals. And by the way, anytime you talk about Werther's Original, you have to say it, Werther's Original. Oh, it looks like there's some other things in here that are not Werther's Original. 4 hazelnut caramel, hazelnut cream chocolate. Oh, okay, there's 4 different pieces. Or wait, is it all just, I'm confused as to what this is. If you guys have ever had this, let me know what it's like. 8 knoppers? Ooh, I remember some of these things. Very, very tough to chew on. A whole thing of caramel corn. All kinds of treats back there. We're gonna get a closer look at the case when we get over to it. They have a lot of different treats, and of course a lot of them are caramel because this is a caramel-based store. Salted caramel cupcake sounds delicious. Lots and lots of different kinds of apples and such. Back out in front of the caramel store, we are turning the corner and heading over to the next store. And as with all of the pavilions that we've been through, all of the stores are connected. We're just going to the outside so you guys can see what the outside looks like. This is the Christmas corner, a store devoted to Christmas. You can get all kinds of different Christmas ornaments in here. Oh, Oktoberfest. A pretzel. Ooh, a limited edition Snow White Christmas ornament. Lots and lots of Snow White Christmas ornaments in here. And then of course some Mickey and Minnie ones, but they're all sort of the same type, where it's like this real thin painted glass. At least I think it's glass. Oh, these are definitely glass. But these are fun. I like them. They have little Mickey ones. And then there's a whole tree of pickles. According to German tradition, the pickle brings good luck and was the last ornament placed on the tree. On Christmas morning, the first child to find the gherkin was rewarded with an extra little gift by St. Nicholas. A whole bunch of nutcrackers. Wow, they're $210. Oof, pretty expensive. And this little like laser cut village. It's pretty neat, $129. More nutcrackers, more ornaments. course, cuckoo clocks. I feel like this has something to do with Perry the Platypus, but I can't really remember right now. Like the Agent P. We'll put a video up in the corner up here so you guys can see what it's like to play the Agent P game here around World Showcase. And so this is what I was talking about, how everything's connected. That's the caramel store, and the next store we're gonna go into is right through there, but we're gonna go outside and show you guys the entrance to that store. From the Christmas store, which entrance is right there, we're turning to the right a little bit and heading to Stein House. Lots of fun beer steins, like this Santa Claus one. Wow, fancy. How much are the beer steins here? $135. Holy cow. A couple of German shirts. Beer, bratwurst, and pretzels here in Germany around the Epcot World Showcase. How much is this one? If that one was... See, this one's only 64. Okay, so that's a little bit better than 139. A lot of different shirts. A giant liter cup for $25. You can get a liter of beer. Some fun novelty shirts here. How much is this? $25. Everything in this store is kind of focused around beer. Look at this beer stein. How much do you think that one is? That is a very large beer stein. Some like koozies and the such. And there's even like a little barrel over here where you can just buy bottles of beer. Here are the prices of the bottles of beer. Pretty darn expensive. And as we said before, there is a way into this store from that way, but we are headed into the wine cellar right next door to the beer house. And just like the store next door, this one is kind of focused around German wines. And you can also get wines by the glass and beers and ciders in here, as well as an artisanal cheese plate. Wow, nice. Or a couple of the different wines that are available. Ooh, this one was signed by somebody. We'll see. I don't know, probably the wine person. Pretty interesting. Next to the wine cellar is a crystal store. So here we go, we are headed into the crystal store. Have all kinds of different crystal jewelry, crystal decorations. Well, this is interesting. Ooh, what is this? $46 includes tiara and your choice of graphic disc. Well, that's interesting. Oh, okay, so here's the tiara and here's the graphic disc. Looks like they have all kinds of other like large crystal bowls and shot glasses and decanters. For $37,500, they have a model of Cinderella Castle covered with crystals. That is very impressive. For $14,900, they have a smaller version. Oh, poor Elsa, she's only $89.50. $8,950. And then they have some laser cut acrylic back here. It's kind of like a 3D thing that they can do. Oh, look, there's a Duffy. It's only $50 for the laser cut Duffy. It looks like they can take your photo and turn it into a laser cut picture. It's pretty neat. They can also do wood carved or laser carved wooden frames. Look at this awesome photo book here. That's really neat. Pens, all kinds of other stuff available for personalization. Look at these things. What is it? I didn't even know what it is. I can tell you it's $1,000 though. I think these are called Hummel figurines. I have a whole bunch of them here for sale. Definitely a huge, huge selection of crystal things. Well, they have some fans for sale here too. These are really fun. And next to the crystal store is probably the main attraction of the Germany Pavilion, and that is the Biergarten restaurant, where you can have a lunch buffet or a dinner buffet celebrating Oktoberfest every day. Here's what's on the partial listing of selections. Looks pretty good. Now I can tell you this. We are spoiled because we have a really good German restaurant that we enjoy going to very often, and the one time that we came to the Biergarten, the sausages were kind of dry and the food wasn't as flavorful as the German restaurant that we go to. I will tell you this as well, the beers here are the best value on Disney property because you can get a liter of beer for fairly cheap. It's still expensive because it's Disney, but it's cheaper per ounce than you would pay for another beer somewhere, but you have to be eating dinner or lunch here to get your liter beer. Everybody's kind of looking at the building right now because it's 3 o'clock and we're waiting. This is a very large clock You can see it at the very top right there, so we're waiting for the clocks to go off. Not quite 3 o'clock. Oh, it's just going to 3:01 now. Uh-oh. So what does that mean? Is it not going to go off at 3? Well, ding dang. I asked and they told me that I can go and have a look around inside the beer garden. So here we go. This is the beer garden. Fairly large area, a lot of different tables going on in here. And there's a stage where like an oompa band plays. But it looks like they play all sorts of fun instruments. I can see the glockenspiel here. I can see these large mountain horns. And I can see a table full of cowbells. Just trying to look at the beer menu real quick. And like I said, $15.75 for a liter of beer is not bad compared to some of the $9 and $10 12-ounce beers. Here's a look at some of the food. These are just sauces right now. We've got some carved beef, some pork roast, some Bavarian-style pot roast, some knockwurst, red cabbage, warm potato salad, hunter sauce, some pork schnitzel, some salmon and mustard dill sauce, green beans, roasted chicken, seasoned potatoes, German sausage and sauerkraut, tomato soup, some rolls, some various cheeses, this sausage selection. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this stuff is. All kinds of other different little salads and stuff like that. And then across the way we've got the kids section, which is just hot dogs, potato dumplings, macaroni and cheese, spatzel, red wine sauce. There's cookies, apple strudel, red berry compote, pineapple, blueberry crumble cake, Bavarian cheesecake, brownie, black forest cake. This stuff looks pretty darn good. One last look around inside the German restaurant, the beer house. And I like that it's kind of like a German village at night. Maybe we'll have to come back and try the beer garden again, because those look pretty good. And right next to the beer garden is Summerfest, which is just snacks and stuff like that. Bratwurst, beer, and strudel. Bratwurst, a hot dog, jumbo pretzels, gratin, desserts, and then beers. So inside Summerfest, it's basically the same entrance to the beer garden. So beer garden's right over there, but all you're doing is coming through this counter right here and ordering, and then they'll give it to you out of this window over here. From Summerfest, Der Teddy Bar Toy Shop. And this is all German toys, like this extra large Playmobil figure. And then of course there is sections of this that have to do with the H&P World Showcase adventure. Oh, and then Kid Cod is over here too. So this is where Kid Cod is. They have a whole section of model trains. And they have a Christmas train starter set. That's fun. All kinds of Haribo gummies and candies are available in here. The toy shop section is surprisingly small. There's just that, because right there is another store. Like I said, everything connects. But this is the entire toy shop. From Der Teddy Bar, we head over to Volkskunst, which I think is a clock store. Oh yeah, here, look. Clocks and crafts. We're heading in to the clock store. Looks like they got a lot of football merchandise over here too. I did not realize that they sell Adidas shoes at Epcot. Look at that. I bet you they're pretty darn expensive. $100. I don't know, is that more expensive than these would be normally? $120 for these shoes? They also have some little Steins and some artwork in here. Various other Germany souvenirs. And of course, a whole section of cuckoo clocks. Well, this is pretty neat. I bet you it's kind of loud in here. Oh, they're not all set to the same time. Ooh, one just went off. Did you guys hear it? And they have a bunch of little smaller ones too. Just missed it. That one was going off right then. I'm sure one of them will be going off again soon. Oh, this one right here will be going off. No, it won't. Ah, this one will be the next one that goes off. Maybe we'll still be in here. No, it won't. That's the small hand. These clocks are a little bit hard to read. They also have this little weather thermometer that I think, depending on what the weather's like outside, like the millibars, is who is out of the house. You can see it's kind of humid today, so a lot of the men are out of the house. But I think if it was a nice mild day, maybe the lady would be out of the house. There's a whole section of German candy right here too. From Volkskunst, We're headed to our right. We are almost all the way around the pavilion, and we're headed to Das Kaufhaus, which out in front there's just a beer stand where you can buy beer and large pretzels. And then next is Das Kaufhaus, which is just another souvenir place. You can get some lederhosen, ornaments, some magnets. Oh, some various traditional German outfits. So you could buy a lederhosen. Look at this. Well, this is fun. How much do you think some authentic leather lederhosen? $450 here in the Germany Pavilion. So it seems like we are finishing up the Germany Pavilion in just enough time as it just started pouring. Oh no, it's getting windy too. There are just a few more things, so we just left out of Das Kaufhaus and we are headed in this direction. This area where everybody is crowded underneath avoiding the rain is the bathrooms, which is just kind of just past the Germany Pavilion. And then just past that, there's a little train set, which I'm kind of assuming is part of the Germany Pavilion because they sold trains inside of the toy store, model trains just like these. And I believe that this is still, yeah, there's like a German sign here. So this is still part of the Germany Pavilion. It's a very large train set. Across from the train set, this Spain Pavilion is only here, or this Spain booth is only here for food and wine. But there is a glass carving booth where you can get all kinds of different glass accessories that they will actually carve right here for you. A friendship dock where you can take a boat over to Future World. The glass carving place is kind of full of people right now avoiding the rain, so I can't really get in there to show you guys what they have to offer. But then the last thing is this beer cart over here where you can get beer and a pretzel. But it doesn't look like they have any pretzels right now. They definitely have some beers. That's it for us from the Germany Pavilion. Up next, Italy. So stay tuned for that. So there you go. That was our trip to Epcot to show you guys the Germany Pavilion. Not a lot of stuff in the Germany Pavilion other than shopping and eating and drinking beer. There's a lot of focus around beer. So I don't know if that's something you're interested in. The Germany Pavilion is definitely a place to check out, but it should be noted there is definitely not a ride in the Germany Pavilion. So with that being said, we are off. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
We're the Reagan family from Maryville, Tennessee, and now it's time to pay the price.